Purdy Peacock, Hollywood Adventure. Purdy Peacock loved his life on the farm. He enjoyed planting his vegetable garden and enjoyed eating the crops from his beautiful farm. One day while he was nibbling on a few carrots, he would peck at the carrots and make little holes in them. He stared at the carrots with the holes in them and decided they looked like little musical instruments. He decided to see what would happen if he blew air into the carrot, and he wondered if any sound would come out of it. He had always played the clarinet and decided to remove the mouthpiece from his clarinet and place it at the large end of the carrot. Then he went to his kitchen and found a funnel and placed that at the narrow end of the carrot. Purdy laughed and laughed at the sight of his new carrot instrument. He thought it was the most interesting thing he had ever seen. Purdy wanted to know if he could play a song on the carrot like he did on his clarinet. Purdy blew into the mouthpiece, and to his surprise he could make a sound. He played a few notes and found out he could play a song on the carrot. He decided to call his newfound instrument the carrot net. Purdy thought he was so clever using his clarinet mouthpiece and funnel to make a musical instrument. Since it was part carrot and part clarinet, he called it a carrot net, much to his delight. He would play his carrot net around his farm for his family and friends. The badger snarled at Purdy and said, "What do you think you're doing playing that silly carrot all day?" The badger was not amused. The skunk thought that Purdy was wasting a perfectly good carrot. "Carrots are for eating," he said. But Purdy did not listen to the badger or the skunk and kept on playing his carrot net. The coyote howled and howled with laughter, but Purdy did not care what his animal friends thought about his new instrument. Purdy was enjoying playing it and would practice day and night. Purdy thought that one day someone would think that his carrot net was an interesting invention and would want him to play for them. That was Purdy's dream. Purdy's family was getting tired of hearing him practice all hours of the day and night, and were starting to get annoyed with him. His family told Purdy to stop playing his carrot and cook it for supper instead. One day, Purdy got a telephone call from a producer for a Hollywood television show. The producer wanted Purdy to play his carrot net on his show. The show was called the Evening Program, and it was one of Purdy Peacock's favorite shows. Purdy was so excited, he just could not wait to tell all of his friends. Purdy's family and friends did not believe that he was going to Hollywood to be on a television show to play his carrot net. The producer of the show told Purdy to bring his real clarinet along with him, just in case they wanted him to play that as well. So Purdy went to the airport with his clarinet and his carrot net. As Purdy was going through security at the airport, he was asked to step aside and was told that the security would have to look inside his luggage bag because they saw something in there that looked rather odd, and they could not figure out what it was. Purdy was amused and told the airport security that it was just a carrot. Purdy went on to explain that he was going to Hollywood to perform on the show The Evening Program. After seeing the carrot net, everyone who worked at the airport laughed to think that Purdy was going to Hollywood to play a carrot net. But they were also impressed and treated him very nicely. His plane flight went well, and when Purdy arrived in Hollywood, a limousine was waiting to take him to his hotel. The hotel was very nice, and Purdy was excited. He had a beautiful room, but it did not have a refrigerator for him to keep his carrot. Purdy called the hotel clerk and told them that he needed a refrigerator for his carrot. The hotel clerk could not believe what he was hearing, so Purdy had to explain that he was going to play a carrot on television. Purdy knew how strange that sounded, but it was true, so he got a refrigerator. Purdy was so excited that he tossed and turned all night and did not get much sleep. The next morning, Purdy looked out of his window and saw the biggest and longest limousine he could have imagined. The limousine took Purdy to the set of the evening program. The producers took him to his dressing room. On the door was a sign in the shape of a big star that said Purdy Peacock. Wow! Purdy was going to be a star. There was a dress rehearsal, and Purdy was told that they did not want him to play his carrot. They wanted him to play his real clarinet instead. He was told that they would tape the show after lunch. Purdy was hungry and had forgotten to pack a lunch. Luckily, the producers wanted him to play his real clarinet, so Purdy sat down to lunch, looked at his carrot net, and decided to eat the carrot. It was delicious. The show was about to begin. Purdy's dream was coming true. The announcer said, "Here's Purdy Peacock and his clarinet act." Purdy played a melodic and wonderful song, removing clarinet pieces as he played, ending up with only his mouthpiece. The crowd cheered and clapped and just loved his act. Purdy Peacock was a hit. They asked for his autograph and thanked him for being on the show. Now it was time for Purdy to return home and back to his normal life on his beautiful farm. His family and friends were so happy to see him that they had a big party for him. They told Purdy that they were sorry that they had laughed at his carrot net. They were also sorry that they did not believe him when he said he was going to be on television. They told him how great his act was and how much fun they had watching him on the evening program. They were glad Purdy's dream had come true. It was time for his welcome home party. They enjoyed a banquet of delicious corn, potatoes, tomatoes, apples, and peaches from Purdy's beautiful farm. Oh, and we couldn't forget the best of all, carrots!